Hello, thank you for joining us today. In this webinar, we are going to discuss how to start integrating Dwolla's Payment API. We can break that process down to a few simple steps.
There are a variety of diverse use cases Dwolla can power with a sophisticated account-to-account payment solution, which can be broken down in the API to 5 steps. Determining your funds flow, creating a customer, adding a funding source, initiating the transaction, and handling webhooks. Here are some real-world examples of the funds flows. A send funds flow could be payouts to merchants for goods and services, while a receive funds flow could be collecting monthly dues for an insurance premium. The ability to facilitate funds involves sending funds between individuals, like a tenant making rental payments to a landlord within a PropTech application. A me-to-me funds flow is popular among savings and financial applications as end users send funds between their checking and their savings accounts.
So it sounds like the first step to integrating is understanding what an ideal account-to-account payment solution looks like for your business, including the speed of the payment using the Dwolla API.
Exactly. Then, create a Sandbox account to start building. The Sandbox is a great environment for end-to-end testing. You can get a feel for how you create and onboard customers, add and verify funding sources, and initiate transactions using simulated data to act out your integration. Then, tie it all together with real-time webhook notifications that will help your team stay on top of the status of your integration. We also suggest reaching out to our payment experts to ensure your team is implementing a solution using best practices.
Please tell me that doesn't require a 1,000-page manual.
The technical requirements are fairly simple to understand. Take into consideration what capabilities you want your end users to have, as well as the experience. Answering these questions will influence the type of customers you create, the approach to the funding source verification, and transfer speed. The developer portal is a great resource for specific guides and documentation explaining different aspects of the integration. The developer forum and support.dwolla.com are other knowledge centers, depending on your level of expertise working with payment APIs.
So now I know what my funds flow will look like, and I've created a Sandbox account.
Now you'll need to create a customer. There are 3 types of customers you can create within the Dwolla API. Receive-only users can only receive funds. This customer type is restricted to a payouts-only funds flow and will only interact with end users who have undergone full identity verification, also known as verified users. Unverified customers can receive funds as well as send payments up to $5,000 a week. Verified customers can be a business or individual with increased transaction limits, the ability to hold a balance, and can interact with all customer types. A verified customer is key in the payment facilitation model we talked about earlier because at least one of the end users is taking part in the transaction needs to have their personal or business identity verified.
Okay, we have our customer created. Now what?
Dwolla supports multiple bank account verification methods. Microdeposits confirm the customer can access the bank account by transferring 2 deposits of less than 10 cents to your end user's linked bank account. Third-party tokenization integration allows you to integrate with a partner in Dwolla's ecosystem that offers bank verification by using a unique token to create a verified funding source within the API. We'll also consider any third-party bank verification provider you are already using. We'll ask for a little more information about those vendors so we can review their process. Which verification method you need depends on your funds flow. We have a developer resource article, which we will link at the end, that breaks each method down.
Now that we have a customer created and the bank account is verified, can we initiate a transaction?
That is the next step. Just specify the source, the destination, and the amount to create a transfer. Once the transfer is initiated, a webhook will notify you. We recommend clients set up webhooks so you are notified of any activity happening on your platform or application. A webhook is another name for a callback, letting your application know that an event has occurred, such as the addition of a funding source, onboarding of a user, or a canceled transaction. Real-time webhooks create inefficiencies. For example, a webhook can lead to an internal update that sends an email notifying your customer what transaction was complete.
So we've sent a payment with Dwolla's API in 5 steps. 1. Determine the funds flow of your payment solution. 2. Create a Sandbox account to test onboarding a customer. 3. Add a funding source. 4. Initiate the transaction using the selected payment methods. 5. Set up real-time notifications using webhooks.
To continue to help businesses get their solution to market quickly, in addition to the Sandbox, we released pre-built components to reduce the amount of time spent on writing new code. These drop-in components make Dwolla a great option for businesses with limited development resources and can be quickly integrated into your application or platform and meet requirements for transacting. A complete integration roadmap can be found at the URL listed on the screen.